Welcome to Women and Divorce. My name is Nancy Muller, and I'm a life empowerment sensei for women. The term sensei roughly translates to teacher and comes from my days as a student, competitor, and teacher of the martial arts. I've been working with women since 1998. My private practice organically transitioned from teaching self-defense to the coaching I do today. I'm offering this video as a way for women who are going through the 3 stages of divorce or have been affected by the parent's divorce to realize that although divorce can drive you to your knees, it truly is possible to move past the pain, shame, and guilt so often associated with divorce. When my marriage of 32 years ended in divorce, I became my biggest client because although I had lived through my parents' divorce, and know many people who have gotten divorced, I was not prepared for the mind-numbing, soul-sucking experience of my own divorce. This video shares the procedures that I personally used, as well as the process I use with my clients. Welcome to Women and Divorce. This presentation has been created to give women an opportunity to be empowered through the 3 stages of divorce. But first, I want to talk about what does it mean to be empowered? Well, empowered means anything that you gain power from. So anything that takes your power away from you, meaning feelings of negativity, such as shame, pain, guilt, the feelings of low self-worth, low self-esteem, those are all things that take your power away. So it's really important to be on the same definition when we're talking about being empowered through the 3 stages of divorce. Because it is possible to release the negativity surrounding divorce. And I have a lot of tips and tools for developing healthy relationships because that's what this is all about. Divorce is part of the process. And as you move through this process of how to have a relationship with yourself and with others, being empowered through this process is very valuable. This is also an opportunity for you to get your questions answered because I encourage you, after you watch this video, if you have any questions, please connect with me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. I'm here for you. I offer a free 30-minute consultation. Maybe you just have a couple questions that you need to get answered. Maybe you just need to know that there's somebody else out there who understands your struggles. Either way, I'm here. So what exactly are the 3 stages of divorce? This is something that I termed when I wrote my book titled Divorce, because letting go does not mean giving up. Because I feel like there are 3 stages of divorce. The first stage, stage 1, is thinking about it. You may never get farther than thinking about it, but it's on your mind from time to time. There are women who are thinking about divorce, just kind of playing with that what if. Maybe something's going wrong in your life and you're feeling like divorce is the answer. Because sometimes it's about not seeing any other way out and divorce seems like the only option. But there are so many other options, and knowing that you have options, knowing that you have choices could mean the difference between going through with the divorce or finding a way to create a healthier relationship within your marriage. So just know, give yourself permission to be kind to yourself and know that if you are thinking about divorce, it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you someone who's giving up. It's just your higher self's way of saying, hey, there's a problem. We need to look at it. Is divorce the answer? Or are there other options that we maybe could look at? The second stage is going through it. You've decided that divorce is the option for you. That is the choice that you need to make in your life. So going through it, going through stage 2 can be very rocky. It could be very smooth. It just all depends. Every woman is different because although divorce is common nowadays, your divorce is your experience. So please give yourself permission not to listen to the horror stories that you're going to hear from other people or, the people are so full of advice coming out of the closet telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that. Oh my gosh, when mine happened, this horrible thing happened. Just let your divorce be your experience and experience it in whatever way you need to experience it that will make you the most empowered. And then stage 3 is putting it behind you, life after divorce. How do you start all over? How do you go from a we to a me? And quite honestly, it's been my experience that stage 1 and stage 2 affect stage 3. Actually, all 3 stages affect the others, because how you think about yourself during stage 1 and stage 2 are going to play a big role in how you deal with stage 3. So whether you're experiencing the 3 stages of divorce as an adult or you're a child of divorce, these stages can have a lasting effect on your life. I talk to many, many clients and many women who I speak to in groups that I talk to who say, well, I'm not going through a divorce and my marriage is very healthy, but man, I just don't know how to deal with the after effects of my parents' divorce. Well, it's very, very important to understand that how you went through these 3 stages with your parents is affecting your marriage, because it's the basis of some of the choices that you make. And when we have these beliefs in our head about, well, I'm never going to do that, well, I'm never going to let that happen to me, please know that there are subconscious beliefs that you have that truly do affect you. So what is this journey we call divorce? Most people think of the end goal in a divorce is to end a marriage, right? When you think divorce, what is your definition? It's very important to understand the definition to the words that we use. And that might sound like common sense, or doesn't everybody know that, or why are you even bringing that up? But divorce means different things to different people. So understanding what divorce means to you, does it mean heartache and strife and the family is pulled apart and nothing ever good will come of it? If all of that is going through your mind and that's part of your definition of divorce, and then you are in one of the 3 stages of divorce, that's going to play a big effect in your mindset. So it's very, very important to understand what your definition of divorce is, and then challenge yourself. Could there be another definition? Is it possible that that's not the way I have to deal with my divorce? Because divorce is just a word, and it only has the meaning that you give it. So what if you could change your definition of the word divorce? Because the true meaning of divorce should be to end the marriage while being able to let go of negative emotional thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that can sabotage how you determine your value. I just want you to sit with that for a minute and think about that. Think about this statement. The true meaning of divorce. It should be how you come out of this, how you go through it, how you think about it in all 3 stages. How do you value you? Do you feel like you're an awful person because you're thinking about it? Do you feel like this is something you said you would never do, something that would never happen to you, and you're judging yourself really harshly? These thoughts are very, very important for you to get a hold of. And then pay attention to the feelings that are coming up based on these thoughts. Because if the feelings that are coming up are guilt, shame, pain, negativity, low self-worth, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, these are the feelings that you want to get in touch with. Your feelings are your internal guidance system to how you're going to move through these 3 stages. And so often we're not taught to pay attention to our feelings. We're taught to suppress our feelings, to be brave. It's okay, I just have to get through this. I just have to motor through this. I can do this. I can be strong. But your feelings are what you really want to pay the most attention to. What are they saying to you? Give yourself permission to be in touch and in tune with every single feeling that is coming up for you during all 3 stages of your divorce, or how the stages of divorce have affected you based on what you went through with your parents' divorce. This is what I call mastering your beliefs. And this is what I'm going to be talking about today, because our beliefs are based on something that we were taught. And everything that we know, everything we believe to be possible, everything we believe to be true, everything we believe is impossible is based on what someone else taught us. And these someones are usually our parents or our caregivers that are around us the most in the formative years, from birth to about 13 to 15 years of age. And what you believe to be true is what you will base every single choice on. So if you believe that divorce is horrible, that it's mind-numbing, that it's going to be impossible for you to survive, or that there's going to be a lot of hatred and anger and animosity, this is the belief that you will bring with you into your 3 stages of divorce. So also pay attention to what you believe happened during the 3 stages of divorce. What is it that you think is going to happen? Because what we think about, we bring about. Every woman who is experiencing the 3 stages of divorce or has experienced it with her parents is doing a battle within her own mind. Right, wrong, yes, no, I should, I shouldn't. It can be a mind-numbing battle just within ourselves, let alone all the other outside sources that we have to deal with. So what you want to do when you're thinking about divorce is begin with the end in mind. Now, what do I mean by that? Remember, the end goal is to let go of negative emotional thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that can sabotage how you determine your value. And I know for myself, my value was truly tested during my divorce. And I do this for a living. So imagine someone who's coming at this from an angle of not having the training or the expertise or the tools and the techniques. It can be very self-sabotaging because we think about how awful we are. Oh my gosh, how can I not have kept this marriage together? Maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have tried harder. Maybe I should have, we could should all over ourselves from morning till night. But the most positive way to get through this, to empower yourself through this, to be powerful through this, is to let go of the negative emotional thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. We want to make sure that we are allowing ourselves to pay attention to these beliefs, these feelings, because we don't want to just get divorced. We want to go through all 3 stages in the most empowered way possible. And that means different things to different people. So again, no 2 divorces are the same, just like no 2 pregnancies are the same. I'm sure if you are a woman who has had a baby, when you got pregnant, everyone came out of the woodwork, right? Telling you, this is what you have to do. This is what's going to happen. And no 2 pregnancies are the same. And neither are any 2 divorces. The second thing that you want to do is ask for help. You may not be in a position or feel the need to get professional help, but it is so important to have someone that you can talk to. But pay attention who this person is that you talk to. Again, we don't just want to look for well-meaning friends who are going to give you their horror stories and their suggestions. Likewise, pay attention to the people that are drawn to you that will encourage you to commiserate, to talk about all the negative things. That keeps you in a very low energy. Oh yeah, this happened today. Oh, my ex is doing this. Or, oh, my soon-to-be ex, I can't get anything from him. See, when we're mired in the negativity, that doesn't help us. That keeps us in a very low vibrational energy point. And the whole process, the whole point of this, remember, is to keep us in the most uplifted state possible. So be very careful who you are turning to when you're asking for help. And then the third is be ready to take the first step. What does that mean? If you're in stage 1 and you're thinking about it, what is that first step? Maybe you're thinking about it, and just the fact that you're thinking about it scares the heck out of you. And you're wondering, where are these thoughts coming from? I love my husband. I don't want this to end in a divorce. But the fact that something is coming up for you that's leading your thoughts to divorce is telling you that you need help. So what could that first step be? Maybe it's just the two of you talking to someone, talking it through. Maybe it's you sharing what you're thinking about to someone else. Oftentimes we're so afraid to speak up and say something because we think that we're going to be judged. So this is why it's very important for you to be careful and be cautious of who you're reaching out to when you ask for help. So often, just being able to say what's on your mind out loud to another person can be so freeing. But let's start with your story. The story of how your divorce has affected you. Because your story matters. But your story matters because it's how you're telling it. What are you saying when you're talking about divorce or talking about stage 1, thinking about it, going through it? Are you full of negativity? Are you full of animosity? Are you full of hatred, anger? All of these things can take your power away from you, because anyone who has power over you takes away your power. Someone who keeps you in fear takes away your power. It's so important to know the difference between blaming someone and putting yourself in a disempowering disadvantage and taking full responsibility over, this is what I need, this is what I want, this is what's going to make me the most empowered woman that I can be. Because your story can create resistance to change. And when we're in blame mode, that's ego. Ego coming up saying, this isn't your fault, this is that person's fault. But ego simply keeps us in a state of disempowerment. It's so important to know how ego plays a role in your divorce. Many people confuse the word ego and arrogant, and they do not mean the same thing. Arrogance is boastful and thinking that you're better than others. Ego is that part of your mind that is fear-based. It keeps you from moving forward. It keeps you from moving out of scarcity. It says, wait a minute, you're going to divorce. You know what that means. That means it's going to be horrible. That means it's going to be mind-numbing and soul-sucking. This is going to be the worst journey of your life. This is going to be awful. Maybe you need to just keep thinking about it. Maybe you need to stay in stage 1. We don't want to move into something that we're afraid of. What would happen? You're going to disrupt the family. You're going to disrupt your life. How will you pay for it? How will you see, all of these questions are what ego throws at you to keep you fear-based. And when you're in fear-based emotions, that keeps you stuck. And fear is not your friend. Fear is a way of telling you, hey, you're thinking about moving into unfamiliar territory. So you want to take a look at it. Again, go back and pay attention to the feelings and emotions and beliefs that are coming up for you. And then challenge each one. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Where did I learn this? Who taught this to me? This is so valuable because it is the most empowering way that I know of to move through these 3 stages of divorce. This is how resistance shows up. Anger, feeling vindictive, overeating, feeling like you don't have enough time. Maybe you just are avoiding what's going on in your life, and you think if you just keep yourself busy that you won't have to deal with it. You come up with health challenges and you think, oh, now I can't do this because I'm sick, or this is happening to me. You feel like you're losing your mind. Your life is out of balance. All of these are indications of how resistance is showing up in your life to keep you from actually dealing with the negative emotions that come up during the 3 stages of divorce. So knowing how resistance shows up is the key to paying attention to, oh, this is what's happening that's keeping me from really dealing with what it is that I want to deal with. Because remember, what we resist persists. And when we're in resistance, we're not allowing ourselves to go through the process of what it is we need to go through. So there are 3 questions that I talk about with my clients that are very, very helpful. What belief or feeling can you let go of at this very minute? So in other words, if you're thinking about, if you have a belief or a feeling that the divorce is going to be make a difference in your life where you can't afford to live on your own, you can't afford life after divorce on your own, ask yourself, can you let go of that feeling? Can you let go of that this very minute? The second question is, what belief or feeling will you let go of? Because can and will are 2 different things. The third question, what belief or feeling do you need to hold on to for a little while longer? In other words, the belief or feeling that you have right now, it's making you feel safe. Even though you feel uneasy and there's unrest and you know that there's something coming, where you are right now, your thoughts and your feelings, they're in your comfort zone. We call it a comfort zone, even though very few of us are comfortable in our comfort zone. But it's that belief or feeling that you're holding on to with for dear life right now that's keeping you in that mindset of whether this is true or not true, this is what I need to believe at this moment because this is what's going to keep me sane. Give yourself permission. If you need to hold on to something for a little while longer, give yourself permission to be there. Because, as I said, you will move through this at your own speed in whatever way works best for you. Because for the 3 questions I just asked you, we want to be able to learn to turn can into will into have. And can is usually in stage 1, will is usually in stage 2, and we really want you to turn have when you get to stage 3. I can do this. I will do this. I have done this. You see how the inflection in your voice changes? It goes from questioning to maybe to positivity, certainty, strength that you can do this. Because the more times you can convince your mind that what it perceives as harmful is now harmless, the less you dwell in the past. What does that mean? Again, it's those thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you have. What if the worst case scenario happens? That's a perception, and that's harmful. And when you can say, I'm going to allow myself to let go of that. I can do it. I will do it. I have done it. And every single step where fear comes up for you. Now, that thing that seemed fearful or harmful, you now see, oh, yeah, that's harmless. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to put you in the past. I don't need you anymore. This is one of my favorite sayings. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present. And the second part, if you're anxious, you're living in the future, that's because so many of us tend to create our future from our past. We take a look at what's happening and we think, oh my gosh, these are the feelings, thoughts, and beliefs that I have, and this is just no good. This cannot come to any good. And then we say, I have to change things. I have to do something different so that my future is different. And you see how you're projecting those thoughts and feelings into your future. What you want to do is you want to stop and give yourself permission to be at peace. Right now, think about those 3 questions that I talked about and console yourself with, where are you right now? What can you let go of right now? Because nothing matters except for what you're dealing with right now, what you're thinking about right now. Find that peaceful, pleasant place that you can live in and dwell in at this moment. That's what's going to bring you peace. Remember, this is all about energy. This work is about the energy that you're putting out there. What you think about, you bring about. So if you're projecting negative energy into the future, you're going to bring negative energy into your life. The next, and this is the most important thing that I can think of to tell you, is to take 100% responsibility for you. When we are blaming someone else for where we are, if it hadn't been for my parents, I wouldn't be this. If my parents had only done this, I could be this. Take responsibility for your actions. What are you willing to start doing right now, this very minute, to create the life that you want to create based on this information that I've been sharing with you? Because remember, when you're blaming, you're in victim mode. And when you're in victim mode, it's nearly impossible to move forward and love yourself. The known zone, this is a term that I coined, that I talk about when I'm working with my clients. The known zone is that part of our mind where we reach into when we're trying to make decisions, when we're trying to decide how to move forward, what to do, what to have for lunch. Whatever it is, we reach into our known zone. And our known zone, again, it is that place in our mind where we've been taught this is right, this is wrong, this is up, this is down, the stove is hot. All of those things that we were taught, all of the beliefs that we have are based on our known zone. And every known association that comes from our known zone has a feeling attached to it. All of these things that I've listed here, your health, your career, sex, your parents, the IRS, your finances, everything has a feeling attached to it. And these feelings are based on how these things were taught to you, how they were introduced into your life. What feelings and emotions do you have attached to these known associations? This is how you make a choice on every aspect of your life. And if you need proof that your beliefs are buried in your subconscious mind, think about when you drive to work, you drive the same route day after day. Sometimes you can leave the house, get to work, and you don't even really consciously pay attention to how you got there. The brand of toothpaste that you use, why do you use the brand that you do? Do you ever stop to think about why you do what you do? The songs you listen to, not just about the music that you like, but the words to the songs and the songs that you grew up with. Sometimes these songs can have lyrics that can be so disempowering, but the tune and the words are so catchy, and we do our best to learn the words to these songs, and we find ourselves singing to them. But what about the songs that are running through your head and what they have put into your known zone? Like songs about disempowering opportunities for women and things that women go through and how disempowering life can be. Those things also add to your known zone. And remember, your known zone is what you reach into every single time you make a choice in your life. Now, you might have heard about affirmations, those words or string of words that create sentences that you want to make. Oh, affirmations. I can get through my day making a positive affirmation. Like, I will be empowered through my divorce. I will make $5,000 a week. I will, whatever your will is. Here's the reason that affirmations don't work. Because affirmations are only as effective as the intention and the energy that you put into it. So if you're going through the 3 stages of divorce and you're saying, I will come out of this empowered, I can do this, but inside your deepest heart of hearts, you're feeling like, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through one more day? And then you're trying to create affirmations from a very low energy standpoint. These affirmations won't work. So the key is not to create affirmations. The key is to find out how to create positive statements that you truly believe in, so that these are the words that you can use on a daily basis to get you through your 3 stages of divorce. So if you're ready to take this information to the next level, here's what you can expect. Changing that effect that divorce is having on your life. Remember your story. What is your story? What do you keep saying to your friends and your family members and anybody else that's willing to listen to you? What do you keep saying over and over and over? Pay attention to your story. Determining your biggest fear around divorce. What is your biggest fear? What are you telling yourself? What is that fear that's holding on to you, that's making you so afraid about moving forward? Effective communication, being heard. Are you being heard? If you're in stage 1, is your spouse really hearing you? And is he or she hearing you based on what you're saying? Or are you not able to get your needs, wants, and thoughts across effectively? And so every time you try to say what you really need to say, are you just saying, oh, he or she's not listening, forget it, I give up? That's not effective communication, and you are simply disempowering yourself. It's so important for you to determine how to get your needs met. Are your needs being met? Do you have enough alone time? Do you have the ability to get what you need in your life? Are your needs being met? And if so, and if not, why? Why are they not? Why are you settling for not having your needs met? Getting real with your financial mindset. What is your process around money? What is your mind trap? What is your belief trap around money? If you are going through stage 2 and stage 3, or in stage 1 and you're thinking about it, but the financial mindset is what's holding you back because you just don't believe that you can financially take care of yourself, where are your beliefs coming from around your financial mindset? Understanding the difference between letting go and giving up. There are beliefs that it's healthy for us to let go of, but that's not the same thing as giving up. Too many people think that when you let go of a belief or a feeling, that it means you've given up. There's no strength in holding on to something that doesn't serve you. So knowing the difference is very powerful. Again, going back to ego. Ego versus self. Remember, you want to be self-preserving. You want to be self-confident, self-loving. Find high value in your self-worth. But ego will try to keep you away from that. It'll say, are you sure? That doesn't sound very safe. I don't think that's a good idea. And it'll keep you down. So know the difference between ego and being self-empowering. The theory of the mind, remember, I talked about the known zone. Where do your thoughts and beliefs come from? Know where these come from. And then the ability to challenge your beliefs is what's going to make you empowered through all 3 stages of divorce. Figure out where you're sabotaging your successes. Are you tired? Are you run down? Are you not eating healthy? Are you not getting enough exercise? Are you overworking? Go back in this video and look at all of those things that I talk about during resistance. What are the resistances that are coming up for you, or that you are putting into place that you're saying, oh no, these are things I have to do. I have to look at divorce later, but this stuff has to be done first. What are you not giving yourself that's creating sabotages in your success? Self-esteem, self-image, self-confidence, self-worth, self-love. Where are you on these levels of self? If you ask yourself, start with each one of them on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Where is your self-image? Where is your self-esteem? Where is your self-confidence, your self-worth, your self-love? And if you are any less than an 8, where is that coming from? Why do you have a low sense of self? Where is it coming from? I can tell you, it's coming from your belief and your feelings. So ask yourself each one of these and then pay attention to the feeling that's coming up. This is your key. This is your indicator about why you are less than an 8. And once you learn to push through this, then you'll start realizing how you can be at a 9 and a 10 on a daily basis, which is such a powerful way to be. Go back and revisit your story. Look at your progress. After you listen to this video, after you watch this video, think about your story. And then as you start putting these practices and these tools into place, then revisit your story. Say, do I still believe today what I believed the very first time I watched that video? Pay attention to how you're shifting your story, how you're shifting your beliefs. This is so powerful because what you're actually doing is shifting the energy within you. This is what I call mastering your beliefs, because as you can see at the very beginning, you had certain beliefs and feelings about how you view divorce. And as you go through all of these steps, you begin to master those beliefs so that you are in charge now. You are empowered. There is no empowerment over you. You are in charge. I get so excited about this because this is a very, very powerful place to be. Are you ready to let go of negative emotional thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that can sabotage how you determine your value? Would you like some help? If you would like me to help you, there are several ways that you can work with me. One-on-one, groups, 2-day intensive, ask the author. Simply visit my website at masteringyourbeliefs.com. There is a ton of information there for you. Because nothing is impossible. I love this saying. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Remember, your beliefs create your thoughts create your emotions and your feelings, and your emotions and your feelings emit the energy with which you will create your reality. When you change the words, you change your story. When the story changes, possibilities are endless. If you're not ready to commit to coaching or you don't feel that that's right for you, maybe my book would be helpful. Divorce, because letting go does not mean giving up. It's available on Amazon. It's available at my website, masteringyourbeliefs.com. Regardless of what you choose to do, I really, really wish you empowerment in all 3 stages of your divorce. Because as I said, when I was going through my divorce, I just had no idea of how debilitating it could be. And if I can save one woman from going through that, based on these processes and techniques and this mind-changing information that I've given you, then I would truly, truly just be very, very happy that I was able to do this for you. If there's anything that you can think of, please connect with me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. And just so you know, there is a Nancy behind all of this. My name is Nancy Muller. I want you to know that I'm here for you, that it really is possible to be empowered through your divorce, through all 3 stages. And if you're feeling the debilitating effects of the divorce you went through with your parents, it is possible to move through that as well with these same techniques, these same tools. How do I know? Because I've done it. So if there's anything that I can do to help, please reach out to me. If not, I hope this video has been very, very helpful. I look forward to seeing you at masteringyourbeliefs.com. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller saying ciao for now.